Yo, this is Luke Lee, aka LX2. This is LX2 Fitness. In this video, I'm gonna go over a topic that probably plagues a lot of people, which I was plagued with for many years, and that is how to be a a heavy lifting weightlifter, bodybuilder, powerlifter when you have genetically skinny wrists without getting seriously injured or staying injured or just having hurt wrists all the time. It took me many years to figure this out. A lot of years, because for a while I got to the point where I was having multiple wrist injuries yearly, and I didn't know what was going on. I was almost thinking, like, in order to not have these wrist injuries, that I was going to have to just stop working out. But I didn't want to do that, and they weren't just like my wrist was hurting. I'm talking about like I had to wear fucking braces and shit in order to be able to function. One time my wrist got messed up, my hand swelled up and looked like a damn Mickey Mouse hand. And for a while I was just taping my wrist really tight when I was going to the gym. It took me a while, but eventually I figured it out. Like, usually my wrists don't hurt that bad these days. For the last several years, honestly. And I can tell you what I did. It's a combination of stretches that I do before the workout. The most basic stretch for the wrist is, you have your hand this way and you just push. And you do this for about 30 seconds to each hand. Another one, I like to, do this. So basically, you just put your hand, your palm up facing out in front of you, and you take, the other hand and you kind of, pull it a little bit. And this one's not one you got to hold long. You just kind of, another thing is, you lock your fingers together like this, and you go like this. Hold that for about 30 seconds. And what I like to do is I like to start out like down, and then I do that for 30 seconds, and then I'll work my way up, and then I'll hold it above my head. So I'll just hold it above my head. Now, I've been doing those things for many years, and they've been helping, but I was still getting wrist injuries with doing all those things. And then one day, it's kind of crazy. I was watching pro wrestling, and I saw this guy, CM Punk. If you're a pro wrestler, you know he's one of the top guys. Now at the time, it was like he was a newcomer, and he was doing this thing in the ring before his match. And the commentator at the time, Taz, was saying, that's a jiu-jitsu or judo, thing that you use to warm up your wrists, to loosen up your wrists, get your wrists ready. I was like, And then I saw some Pride matches where Vanderlei Silva was doing the same thing, and the commentator was saying that he was doing all aggressive, like he's doing that to loosen up his wrist. I added that to the other stretches. My wrists have been fine ever since. I just do that for 30 seconds, and I like to involve it with the other stretch. There's already other stretches showed you where I'm in. So I'll do this 30 seconds, and then I'll just transition it to that. And as skinny as my wrists are, I barely go through any any like real pain, minor pains like that you get from working out, but I don't have any injuries. I haven't had an injury in years because of those stretches. So I hope those help you out. If you're a person like me and you got skinny wrists, give that a shot, and hopefully that works for you. It's Luke Lee, aka LX2. I'm out of here.